Hi, my name is Paul Palmer. Today I want to talk about collaboration. It's really important in the world that we live in to actually know your skills, but also to know your limitations. Many people think they can do everything just because it's them, and they don't realize that they could actually get a better result by using somebody who's a specialist in the function that they're dealing with. So, for example, I normally talk about pharmaceuticals, but this is one that I had when I was contracting for a company called Patheon. They're a contract manufacturing organization. Primarily, I was involved in the clinical release. I ended up heading up their clinical team for a while, but that's beside the point. So I was there and I was staying in rented accommodation. And I looked at how much it was costing me and I thought, well, it's costing me about the same amount as it would cost me for the mortgage on a house that was up for sale. So what I ended up doing was I bought a house to live in, but it was a real broken down old wreck. And I thought, oh, this contract's going to last a while, so I could spend the next 2 years doing it up and just live there in one room that I'd made habitable. But what I realized was, for the benefit of having it done properly and then be able to actually use it longer term and rent it out to other people, was it really worth the money or worth the time, really, for me to do it myself? So I was looking at probably 2 years minimum for me to do the work myself. And then there was parts of it I still wouldn't be able to do. So I thought, well, if I get the skilled specialists in to do it instead of me, how much was it going to cost me? And not just that, how much time would I get extra providing rental income that I wouldn't get if I was doing it myself? So if I was doing it myself, I'd be looking at 2-3 years before I got any rental income. Whereas in actual fact, by using skilled labour, specialists in their jobs, in the different areas within the house, everything was finished in 6 months and it was up and running. Now, the same applies in pharmaceuticals. For myself, I can do the regulatory work, but somebody else that does it is likely to get less RFIs. For somebody that's in regulatory to do the compliance and GMP work, they're going to get more requests for further information, whereas I can give them the accurate response that's then closing it out. I had an example of that when I was at Biogen. The regulatory team had a request for more information from the MHRA that specifically related to good manufacturing practice. Now, being in regulatory, they had no idea what they were asking for because it's not an area of their expertise. So I read the question for them. I worked out what the answer should be, specifically relating to the good manufacturing practice and with my knowledge of the manufacturing facility. And it got the actual variation request completed and passed. Now, instead of it going backwards and forwards and wasting time and delaying the actual implementation of the change, by using the specialist, the one with the right knowledge, we got the job finished quickly. And that's what I want you to think about. Who should you be working with to make sure that you actually get the job finished and to a higher standard because they've got the more skills in the activity that you know of? People come to me often, all the time, to ask, oh, can you help with this? Can you help with that? And I've been doing it for years. And what I do is I recommend that you do the same. If you need skilled labor, if you need somebody that can help you with a certain skill set that you can do just about, but you're not the most highly skilled at it, then look at the opportunity for working with somebody. Because in the long run, you don't lose out. What you find is you go to them and use their resource, they help you, and you get things done faster and often to a higher quality standard. But then another day, they'll come back to you and ask for your services. Working together is always, in my opinion, a good way to achieve success, because there's always something that somebody needs. And if you're the one out there making sure people know what you can do and listening to what they can do, then you're the one that's going to get the benefit from it. Okay, that's it for me for today. It's Paul Palmer. Thanks. Bye-bye.